Alright, YouTube land, we're back with another video. Today we've got a Cobra 148 sound tracker and a little Fatboy 2-pill with two HG2290s sent in by Mr. Wilson. Mr. Wilson sent this in with a note saying, being told I'm distorted on sideband, 38 lower sideband. Units are powered by a 30 amp power supply, which is fine. That little thing doesn't pull 30 amps. Strong clean signal. He wants a strong clean signal on both AM sideband, match radio with amp, peak, tune, and line. I like my signal to have some punch. Well, that's no problem. We can get you fixed up. We've already biased the amplifier. We just put a simple Class B bias in it. Bias scheme seems to work the best with this. So, anyway, we've done that. We'll get to that after we get to the 148. Now, what we're going to cover now is why you're distorted on sideband, Mr. Wilson. You're distorted on sideband because your radio is distorted. It's somebody's pulled modulation limiters and all that jazz, or they've turned the modulation pot all the way up, which does the same thing. So we're going to get into this 148 real quick, and we'll be back. Alright, so we're back with the 148, and we've got her percolating now, working like she should. I can turn the reference up to where I had it a while ago if you want to see it like that. But anyway, good and clean and doing what it's supposed to do, no doubt. So now let's take this over to 100. No, I don't want to do that. I'll take this over to 100 megahertz. Let's make it 125 megahertz. 125 megahertz. 120. 125. Come on, fingers. There we go. 125 megahertz. Okay. We've got the radio set at about 2-watt dead key to match up to this little for the two 2290s here. We're modulating about 8.5 watts or so. That's how that works out. 100% modulation. So we can bring this band out even further. It's 300 megahertz span. Sucker's crystal clear all the way across the board. Looking good. So alright, so now we're going to hook up and check out the receive on this thing, and we'll be back. Alright, so I'm back with the 148, and I actually had to, this sequence is out of order. I've actually completed the video and realized that the part where I showed the receive did not show up. So we're coming at 12 dB sign at -100, and what I've noticed with this sound tracker circuitry is it's all kind of goofy when you're trying to do a SINED test. So anyway, we're just going to show that. The radio does have a very low noise floor and is receiving great. So it's got a good receiver and it's working good. So we're going to move on and let y'all see the rest. We'll be back. Okay, so we're back with the 148 real quick, Mr. Winston. We just wanted to show you on this, on your 148. Before we hook up to the amplifier, we're going to lower sideband. We're just going to let you hear it, and we'll let you see it. This is what a good sideband signal looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And here's what it sounds like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. CQ, CQ. So your 148 is definitely working good here on the bench. We're going to back up the video now and hook the amp up. Be right back. Alright, so we're back with the 148. We've got it hooked up to the little Fatboy. The Fatboy's turned off. It's hooked up to these little 8-gauge wires here that are running up back to this 80 amp iron core supply. We have a 50-watt slug in as we go here because we're just on the radio first. We're going to start out in AM. I was going to show you. We showed you about a 2-watt dead key. That's where we were running before, a 2-watt dead key. With the tone, we were showing 4 to 1, 8 watts PEP at 100% modulation on the scope. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Audio check. 1, 2. and on voice it shows about 8 to 9 watts. So we'll turn it up and let you hear it.
Hello, radio 1, 2, 3, 4, audio check.
Okay, that's just the 148. Okay, so now we're going to turn the amp on. Now we have B-biased this amplifier for sideband operation. Get my ground back on there so we can show. Get my ground back. Well, got it all coming apart here. Hook that meter back up. We're just kind of makeshifting it here to hook that meter back up. We're running 13.8 volts on the little Fatboy. Okay, 2 watts in. It's giving us about 40-45 watts out on carrier. We're going to take out the 50 watt slug. We're going to put in a 500 watt slug. Okay, 500 watt slug is in. Carrier's reading the same with this slug, about 45 watts.
Hello, audio 1, 2, 3, 4, audio check.
Modulating about 160. So that right there shows you that yes, indeed, somebody was saying that when you properly tune a radio to a 4-to-1 that it don't work with an amplifier. Yes, what you get in is what you put out ratio wise. It should anyway. It will on a bench. You know, for a bird meter to read accurately, you have to be terminated into a perfect 50 ohm load, and that's what we have down here in the dummy load. We're not on an antenna, so that's what we're showing you is true wattage terminated into a 50 ohm load. Now, people ask me all the time, Mike, why don't you ever show these average watts? It's because this meter's not reading average watts without the PEP kit engaged. What I just showed you a while ago was with the PEP kit on. Without the PEP kit on, the meter reads average, not average, carrier power. Let me turn this down. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, and 100% modulation, that is what it's going to do. That's what it's supposed to do, because it's reading the power, the carrier power minus the sidebands. The sidebands aren't present when you take out the PEP kit. Now, when you watch these guys tuning these amps and you got this big old average watt swing, that's because they've got a hacked radio with an MPC mod. That's the only way that'll ever happen. Just want to explain that a little bit. And every time I do, it triggers a bunch of BS, but you know, the truth shall set you free. So anyway, we'll put the PEP kit back on because that is how we measure AM. Hello, audio 1, 2, 3, 4. About 160 watts PEP power. Looking good. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to go to sideband. As stated, we have Class B biased this amp. Hello, 1, 2. So now, on sideband, we may do a little more. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we're doing about the same power on sideband as we do on AM. Now, we can look at this signal. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Looks beautiful. Now, I'm going to show you something, guys, just so you think I'm not pulling your leg. We'll turn the amp off. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's with the amp off. We'll turn the amp on. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we are looking at the amplifier signal in sideband. Lower sideband to be exact. Now, we can turn this up a little bit. Now, it may over deviate a little bit because we're so close. Hello, 1, 2. Turn it up a little more. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4. And it is over deviating. So, anyway. Getting a little over deviation because we're so close. Well, no, because I'm not on lower sideband.
Hello, 1, 2.
That's what that was. Alright.
Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4, CQ, CQ.
Still over deviating a little bit, but you still understand that, you know, if this station we're running 160 watts, a half a mile down the road, this thing's going to be crystal clear on out to whoever you're talking to. So that pretty much concludes the video here. Mr. Wilson, we appreciate your business. I hope you enjoy your setup. It should do you a really good job. It's matched together. You know, like I say, the little HG 2290s biased out great. You know, we had to play with it to find the correct bias point, but we definitely got that, and as it shows on the oscilloscope, it's looking good. So anyway, y'all be safe, be careful, and be kind. I've got a lot to do. I've got a lot of good things coming up, several amplifiers coming up. we've just been blowing and going since the new year. I haven't made very many videos because, well, I was sick with the flu for about a week and a half and down, and now we're rocking and rolling, and so y'all stay tuned. Anyway, we're going to get out of here. Y'all be safe, be careful, be kind. We'll catch you next time. I'm gone.